having a couple technical difficulties, so now we can, okay. In accordance with the board's bylaws, as chairperson, I will now call the quarterly meeting of the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University to order at 9:16 a.m. I note for the record that notice of today's meeting was posted in accordance with the Illinois Open Meetings Act and that the public has been notified of the date, time, and location of this meeting. As included in the notice of the meeting, the university has provided a YouTube link that allows all interested persons to contemporaneously view the meeting and hear all discussion and votes. Trustee Navarro, please call the roll.
Trustee Bowden.
Present.
Trustee Henniges. Trustee Jenkins.
Present.
Trustee Merminga.
Present.
Trustee Navarro present. Trustee Peterson.
Present.
Trustee Russell.
Present.
Trustee Tillis. We have a quorum.
Thank you.
Section 7 of the Open Meetings Act allows members to attend a public meeting by video or audio conference if they are prevented from physically attending the meeting because of 1, personal illness or disability, 2, employment purposes or the business of the public body, or 3, for family or other emergency purposes. In advance of today's meeting, Trustee Russell notified the chair of his request to join us by audio conference to attend and participate in today's meeting after 11:15 a.m. Trustee Russell, please state the reason you are requesting to attend the board meeting by audio conference after 11:15 a.m.
Family purpose.
May I have a motion and a second to permit Trustee Russell to join us by phone to officially attend and participate in today's meeting after 11:15 a.m.?
So moved.
Motion's made by Trustee Jenkins. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Trustee Navarro. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The motion is approved. Trustee Russell, you may participate in today's meeting after 11:15 a.m. by audio conference. Thank you, Trustee Navarro. At this time, I ask Trustee Peterson to approach and take the oath of office. Okay, please repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Illinois,
and of the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of the Board of Trustees
of the office of the Board of Trustees
of Illinois State University
of Illinois State University
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, congratulations, Trustee Peterson. We're thrilled to welcome you to the board and look forward to working together to benefit Illinois State University during the coming year. Would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm a graduate from the MBA program in '07. My wife is also an alumni. We have a lot of strong ties in the community. I lived here for almost 14 years. My 4 boys were all born in Bloomington. And so I'm really, excited about the opportunity to give back and to contribute to this Board of Trustees. So thank you all very much.
Thank you. You have before you the agenda for today's meeting. May I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda?
So moved.
Trustee Jenkins made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Trustee Merminga. Is there any discussion? Having no discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved. Next on the agenda is public comments. We do not have anyone who has indicated an interest in making public comments to the board today, so we will move forward. The next item of business on the agenda is the election of officers. At the first board meeting of each fiscal year, the trustees elect board officers for the year by secret ballot as required by Illinois State University law. Are there any nominations for the office of chairperson of the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University? Trustee Jenkins.
Madam Chair, I'd like to nominate Kathy Bone for chair.
Thank you. Trustee Jenkins has nominated Kathy Bone to be the chairperson of the Board of Trustees. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Navarro, second. Are there any other nominations? If there are no other nominations, I'll ask for nominations to be closed. Is there a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Trustee Russell made the motion to close. Is there a second?
I second.
Trustee Navarro, second. All those in favor of the motion to close nominations, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The nominations are now closed.
Dr. Bone has been nominated for the position of chairperson of the Board of Trustees. I will now ask the trustees to vote by secret ballot as is required by Illinois State University law. Write-in votes may be cast for any eligible person, even though they have not been nominated. On a sheet of paper from the pad provided, please write the last name of the individual you wish to vote for. Fold the paper, and I will collect each trustee's vote and tabulate those votes. I have now counted the votes, and Dr. Bone, you have been elected as the chairperson yet again. Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I would like to first thank my husband, Dr. Tom Nielsen, who couldn't be here today because he's working, for his patience and support of my service to ISU. I really look forward to working with my fellow trustees, with President Tarhuli, the cabinet, the university community to continue to move this wonderful university, my alma mater, forward. I'm humbled and honored and appreciative that my fellow trustees have confidence in me as chair. I've always believed that ISU gave me the start in my career and the life I have, and I am grateful to ISU for that. And I truly consider it a privilege to give back to the university with the entire Board of Trustees as we move forward. Thank you. We will now proceed with the election of the Secretary of the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University. Are there nominations for the office of Secretary of the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University?
I'll nominate Bob Navarro.
Trustee Russell nominated Trustee Navarro.
Second.
Trustee Jenkins, second. So Trustee Navarro has been nominated by Trustee Jenkins to be the Secretary of the Board of Trustees, and by Trustee Russell, and seconded by Trustee Jenkins, sorry. If there are no other nominations, I'll ask for nominations to be closed. Is there a motion to close nominations?
So moved.
Trustee Jenkins made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Merminga, second. All in favor of the motion be closed. To close nominations, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The nominations are now closed.
Bob Navarro has been nominated for the position of Secretary of Board of Trustees. I would now ask the trustees to vote by secret ballot, as is required by Illinois State University law and was done previously. And I will collect those votes. I have now counted the votes, and congratulations, Trustee Navarro. You have been elected to serve as Secretary of the Board of Trustees.
Well, I appreciate the board's support and to continue to serve in this capacity. So I just thank my fellow trustees and look forward to a good year.
Thanks, Trustee Navarro. Well, with the beginning of each new fiscal year, it's time to make appointments to the Board of Trustees committees and appointments to university and state boards. The executive committee, consistent with the board bylaws, will consist of the chairperson, the board secretary, and Trustee Darren Tillis. The audit committee will consist of Trustee Bone, who will chair the committee, Trustee Tillis, and Trustee Navarro. The State Affairs Committee will include Trustee Merminga as committee chairperson, Trustee Peterson, and Trustee Russell. Trustee Tillis will serve as liaison to the Foundation Board, and Trustee Henniges will serve as liaison to the Alumni Association. And Trustee Navarro will serve as the liaison to the University Civil Service Merit Board. It is the duty of the board to select from the university staff an employee to serve as treasurer of the Board of Trustees. The treasurer serves as an ex officio capacity and receives and disperses all monies and reports to the Board of Trustees on the financial status and fiscal affairs of the university. At Illinois State, that person traditionally has been the vice president for finance and planning. We will continue with the tradition, so Vice President for Finance and Planning, Glenn Nelson, will serve as treasurer. It is the duty of the board chairperson to designate a university representative to serve as an ex officio member of the Municipal Clerks Training Institute Committee. The committee serves in an advisory capacity and helps develop curriculum for the municipal clerks and training courses. I have designated Rob Blemler, Director of Internal Auditing and University Ethics Officer, for that task. And lastly, the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University formally designates Chief Information Security Officer Dan Tauby as the qualified individual under the Graham-Leach Biley Act Safeguards Rule. The board directs qualified individual to develop and maintain a comprehensive strategic plan for the university's information security program, ensuring the protection of all sensitive information processed by the university and compliance with applicable federal and state requirements. The qualified individual shall report at least annually to the Board of Trustees on the status of the university's information security program, including material risks, implemented safeguards, and program effectiveness. Well, good morning, and thank you for joining us for the July 25th, 2025 Board of Trustees meeting. I would like to again welcome Trustee Peterson to the Board of Trustees and thank the Office of the Governor for the appointment. I want to congratulate our admissions, financial aid, and enrollment management teams and all students, faculty, and staff who play a role in recruiting students to Illinois State University. President Tarhuli keeps us apprised of the status of applications, admits, and deposits, and we anticipate a very strong enrollment for the fall of 2025 term. Earlier this morning, Campus Communication Committee hosted a highly informative discussion hour. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to thank Dr. Amy Hurd, Associate Vice President for Undergraduate Education, and Dr. Chris Horvath, Chair and Associate Professor in the Department of Philosophy, for sharing an outstanding presentation about recent revisions to the general education curriculum. Although we will formally recognize Trustee Jenkins at the end of today's meeting, I want to end my comments today by extending my most sincere appreciation for his leadership and dedication to Illinois State University. Trustee Jenkins has never wavered in his commitment to students, faculty, and staff of the board and will be missed. Thank you, Trustee Jenkins. And we have allotted 45 minutes for you later to discuss your feelings about leaving us.
I thought it was 40 minutes.
I will now turn to President Andave Tarhuli for his remarks.
Thank you, Chairperson Bowen, and congratulations on being re-elected Chairperson of the Board of Trustees. And congratulations also to Trustee Navarro on being elected Secretary. The two of you have comprised a strong and steady leadership team for the board, and I look forward to continuing to work with you. I also want to welcome Trustee Peterson. We welcome you back to your alma mater and look forward to working with you. I want to reiterate Chairperson Bowen's acknowledgement of Trustee Jenkins. Your commitment to higher education was evident from the very first day you joined the board. Relying on your extensive experience, you challenged us and offered many insightful contributions that helped us as we navigate the many complex issues facing the university. I especially appreciated that you made affordability a core focus as you sought every opportunity to keep costs affordable for our students and families. We wish you well in your future endeavors and hope to see you back on campus sometime soon. Lastly, I want to take this opportunity to thank all members of the Board of Trustees for their commitment and dedication to Illinois State. We sincerely appreciate all you do, and I note without compensation. My team and I look forward to working with all of you to advance the mission of the university as we move into the 2025-26 academic year. Like our board chair, I also extend many thanks to the Campus Communication Committee for hosting the discussion hour and for providing an opportunity to learn more about updates to the general education curriculum, which were approved April 9, 2025 by the Academic Senate. The changes show that Illinois State University is cognizant and responsive to the need to keep its curriculum updated to effectively prepare our students to compete, succeed, and thrive in their chosen careers and aspirations. The updated curriculum includes changes to the overall structure, learning outcomes, and course category definitions. These changes will go into effect in fall 2028 and will help our students to appreciate the value of general education studies. About this time last year, it became evident that ISU's expenses were rising significantly faster than revenues. Our forecast indicated that without urgent and decisive action, the institution will end the fiscal year 25 with a $9 million budget deficit. Among the many actions taken, I established a RISE task force and engaged a third-party consultant to help the university reimagine its budget process. The choices we faced were complex and challenging. As president, I am pleased that we did not shy away from these responsibilities. We did not try to ignore reality, and we did not try to kick the problem down the road. As a campus, we committed to dealing transparently, collaboratively, and decisively with the challenge. I am grateful to the many individuals who have worked diligently on RISE and outlined the principles and parameters enabling our consultant to develop a new budget model for Illinois State. Because of the collaboration and sacrifice by the campus, Vice President for Finance and Planning, Glenn Nelson, was able to report to the board and cabinet last week that the fiscal year 25 budget is projected to balance after nearly $12 million of cost-saving actions were implemented over the last year. While we are justifiably proud of this accomplishment, it is worth remembering that the original forecast indicated a cumulative 3-year budget deficit of nearly $30 million. Therefore, our work is not yet done. As we begin FY26, we have introduced several new strategies to ensure ISU's continued fiscal resilience. Examples include the following. 1, all future budgets will be based on projected revenues. 2, budget allocations will be provided at the division level. 3, internal service and rental rates will be held flat during the FY26 transition year. 4, position controls introduced in the spring will continue to be refined and implemented. And 5, budget offices will be required to produce quarterly reconciliations, reporting, and monitoring. These steps are necessary to help us promptly identify and remedy problems during the budget year, rather than waiting until the end of the fiscal year, as has been the practice in the past. Looking ahead, I expect that the budget redesign we embarked upon last year will be substantially completed by October 2025, providing ISU with its first new budget model in several decades. During the rest of the fall semester, we will share the preliminary output from the new budget model and use the campus feedback to refine the model. I anticipate the new model will be fully implemented for fiscal year '27. Today, after consulting with the board and cabinet about the university's budget forecast, I am pleased to announce a 3.5% merit-based salary increase effective October 1, 2025, for continuous faculty and staff with non-negotiated appointments. Pay increases for employees in bargaining units are determined through the collective bargaining process and the terms of the applicable contract. The University Budget Office will soon share additional eligibility and process details with salary managers to assess and apply these increases.
President Tarhouli, I'd like to make a brief comment. I appreciate that President Tarhouli and the university leadership have diligently reviewed ISU's finances and fiscal situation and taken seriously the board's directive to balance the university budget. This was our directive to President Tarhouli when we hired him. For over a year, the board has closely followed sobering news regarding national trends in higher education. Daily, you find reports of colleges and universities facing enrollment declines, closures, fiscal deficits, layoffs, and elimination of academic programs. We understand to reach this point, difficult choices and decisions have been made. I'd like to echo President Tarhouli's words and express my appreciation and thanks to the campus community for its patience and perseverance. I sense that most people understood the necessity for the difficult short-term decisions the administration made to avoid even more drastic actions down the road. The fact that we were able to achieve a balanced budget instead of the $9 million projected deficit, and that we are now in a position to offer a salary increase, validates the steps that we took. As President Tarhouli has pointed out, we're not yet out of the woods, and we must continue to closely monitor the budget and implement all necessary strategies to ensure our fiscal resilience. The Board of Trustees and I look forward to learning more about the new budget model, and we will continue to offer our full support to the administration as the process continues. Each of us realizes that it is our fiduciary responsibility as a board member on the Board of Trustees to make sure the budget balances.
Thank you, Chairperson Bowen. We appreciate the board's support. Although we will not have final enrollment numbers until the 10th day of the fall semester, I am pleased to share that enrollment deposits are up 1% overall. Transfer enrollment is up 3%, and retention is similar to last year. We are confident that fall 2025 will see a large incoming class. Thank you to Jenna Albrecht, Jeff Mavros, and the enrollment management staff, admissions, housing, the honors program, University College, the registrar's office, the graduate school, academic advisors, and everyone who works tirelessly throughout the year to make enrollment a success at Illinois State University. Although the campus may have many fewer individuals roaming the quads during the summer, members of our Redbird community have much to show for their hard work and dedication. I want to share a few examples. Students participating in Sorority and Fraternity Life, SFL, have reached a milestone academic achievement with an all-SFL GPA of 3.12, the highest since 1998. Additionally, 17 chapters exceeded the all-ISU GPA average of 3.21, and the Interfraternity Council had a 3.06 GPA, the highest in over a decade. In November 2024, ISU introduced Timely Care, a comprehensive behavioral health platform that provides students with counseling, self-help tools, peer support, and psychiatric services. Timely Care complements and enhances students' counseling services, meeting the growing needs of students and expanding our mental health resources in an accessible, student-friendly format. As of June 2025, 828 students, that's 3.84% of the ISU population, have registered with Timely Care. The goal is for campus is 10%. As current student athletes are preparing for their upcoming seasons, Several former Redbirds are making waves at the professional level this summer. Former Redbird baseball standout Paul DeYoung with the Washington Nationals, John Rave, Kansas City Royals, Brock Stewart, Minnesota Twins, Owen Miller, Colorado Rockies, and Brent Hedrick, New York Yankees, have all seen time in the big leagues this season. And they will soon be joined in the professional ranks by former Redbirds Tyrell Chadwick and Shai Robinson, who were recently selected in the MLB draft. University Marketing and Communications recently won 2 Case International Circle of Excellence Awards, a gold award for the top fundraising Giving Day video, and a silver for multimedia storytelling. This was the second consecutive year UMC has won an award in the storytelling category from the Council for Advancement and Support of Education. Illinois State students Alondra Zagal, Alia Adames, Olivia Rosowitz, Nicole Binder, Lily Delaney, and Riley Clunk participated in the Innovation Consulting Community, an interdisciplinary client-based course to assist Rydell, the long-standing leader in football head protection and protective athletic equipment, with services programs across the United States in addition to professional leagues such as the National Football League. The student team conducted research and brainstormed ideas to create a strategic plan for their clients to identify, engage, and execute various influencer campaigns. The 3 main areas of focus for the team were insight analytics, TrueFit technology, and an apparel growth strategy. In 2025-26, Advancing Research and Creative Scholarship Awards were recently announced, with 14 awards made to support our scholars. This program creates a mechanism that encourages researchers and scholars at Illinois State University to collaborate in interdisciplinary research teams to address big, bold, scholarly themes. This type of research aims to address some of the world's most complex problems, often referred to as wicked problems. Proposals were received from 50 unique investigators from 24 unique units across all 7 academic colleges. Distinguished Professor Ali Riaz delivered the keynote address at the International Conference on State Reform and Election Discourse in Transitional Democracies, from Mass Uprising to Election and State Building, at the University of Dhaka. The conference was organized by the Political and Policy Science Research Foundation from June 22 to 23. The Center for Civic Engagement, with support from Country Financial, invites proposals for a new grant program focused on community resilience, characterized by community engagement, collaboration, respect, and trust. The program will award $5,000 to 3 interdisciplinary proposals that strengthen community resilience and enhance the relationship between Illinois State University and the Bloomington Normal community. We are grateful for the support of our friends and donors and certainly do not take their investment in Illinois State University for granted. In fiscal year 2025, the university achieved its highest ever private support totals, with $44.55 million in new fundraising revenues. Cash receipts were also robust, with over $21.8 million received, supporting endowment and expendable funds. As president, this exciting milestone suggests 2 things to me. First is the incredible generosity of our donors, friends, and alums. And second is the vote of confidence and commitment that our donors, friends, and alums have in the future of Illinois State and our strategic priorities. To all our friends and supporters, we recognize that you have many competing and worthy causes to which you could dedicate your resources. We are grateful to you that you have chosen to invest in us and believe in our capabilities. We are humbled by your generosity and pledge to do everything in our power to justify your confidence. Additionally, during Alumni Engagement Redbird Impact Month, Redbirds more than doubled their service goal with over 1,035 volunteer hours worked and $47,748 raised for annual giving, making this the most successful Redbird Impact Month to date. As I conclude my comments, I would like to take just a few moments to acknowledge a few individuals who have taken on new roles at the university. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Brian Zugelder as the new Dean of the College of Education. Dr. Zugelder began in this role on July 1 and brings with him many years of administrative experience and significant background in education policy, grant work, and community innovation. Dr. Zugelder, please stand so that we can extend a warm ISU welcome to you. As of July 14, Dr. Caroline Mallory has assumed a one-year appointment as the interim dean of the Mennonite College of Nursing. This is a return to Illinois State for Dr. Mallory, who previously served as a faculty member and administrator in the Mennonite College of Nursing. Since leaving the university, she has served as a college dean where she led operational, budgetary, and advancement initiatives. Dr. Mallory, please stand so that we can properly welcome you back to Illinois State University. Additionally, please join me in welcoming Dr. Carrie Forbes, who assumed the role of Dean of Milner Library on July 1. Dr. Forbes has worked as an academic librarian for 25 years and has published several articles and edited volumes on the changing nature of public services in libraries. Unfortunately, she could not join us today, but please let's give her a round of applause. Please congratulate Dr. Todd McLoder, who has assumed a new role as Associate Provost as of July 1. Dr. McLoder has been at Illinois State University since 2000 and served the university in many roles. Most recently, he served as the Dean of the College of Applied Science and Technology from January 2017 to June 2023, and then a two-year term as Interim Dean of the College of Education. Please join me in congratulating Dr. McLoder on this role. And finally, I would like to welcome Dr. Claudia Petrescu, who began her role as Associate Vice President for Graduate Education and Internationalization Initiatives on July 1, 2025. In this role, Dr. Petrescu will lead and shape the university's strategic vision for graduate and international education, champion inclusive academic excellence, and promote evidence-based innovation. Dr. Petrescu, please stand so we can welcome you to Illinois State. I would now like to call on today's spokesperson for the Campus Communication Committee, Terry Jackson Jr., who serves as data coordinator in the Lobby Teacher Education Center and an ex-officio member of the Civil Service Council. Terry?
Good morning. The Campus Communication Committee would like to thank Drs. Amy Hurd and Chris Horvath for their presentation this morning on Illinois State's revised general education program. Their informative presentation helped us understand how we'll set a foundation that will prepare the next generation of students to lead prosperous lives and careers. On behalf of the Campus Communication Committee, which includes representation from the Academic Senate, AP and Civil Service Councils, and the Student Government Association, we would like to thank the Board of Trustees for the opportunity to present this letter and allow us a voice through the university's longstanding commitment to shared governance. Our committee shares in many of the university's recent successes. from launching new academic programs to record-breaking enrollment and record-setting fundraising totals. We've also enjoyed seeing the faces of our new Redbirds as they walk around the campus navigating preview. Our groups are collectively committed to seeing those students advance from preview to the commencement stage. Many of us are alumni who did just that, with the assistance and encouragement from the faculty, staff, and classmates who supported us along the way. However, while there is much to take pride in at Illinois State, our groups are not free from concerns. Inequities persist among university employees, with individuals of similar roles and responsibilities compensated at different rates based on classification and department. The absence of a cost of living pay increase last year has been felt across our ranks. This has forced some to consider employment elsewhere. Some have left the university, taken decades of experience and institutional knowledge with them. We are happy for our unionized colleagues who in recent years have earned a well-deserved and hard-fought pay increases and scheduled raises. And now we hope to work toward fair compensation for the rest of the dedicated employees on campus. Our committee humbly requests for our administration, with the support of the Board of Trustees, to deliver an equitable cost of living pay increase to our constituent groups this coming year. Excited about the news, and we hope to hear more about the recent announcement. Despite uncertainty, our groups remain committed to Illinois State University and the students we serve. And we are looking forward to beginning a new academic year in just a few short weeks. We recognize the challenges that we must face together, and the members of our constituent groups are committed to helping Illinois State meet the moment. Thank you again for this opportunity to share the pulse of the campus and the topics that matter to our constituents.
Thank you, Terry. There's one report today, the Academic Plan 2025-2030, which was included in your board materials. The annually renewable plan consists of a brief profile of the university strategic plan, an inventory of academic programs and centers, educational program and center changes, 2023 to 2024, an inventory of accredited academic programs, an update regarding academic initiatives, college strategic plans, and summaries of 2024 to 2025 academic program reviews. Are there questions or comments from the board about this report?
Since there are no comments about that, we will now move forward to the consent agenda. All items listed on the consent agenda are routine and will be enacted in one motion. There will be no individual discussion of these items unless a trustee requests it. In that case, the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered at the appropriate point on the agenda. Do any trustees wish to have any items removed from the consent agenda? Okay, if not, may I have a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda items A through D?
So moved.
Trustee Jenkins made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Murminga, second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Items A through D included on the consent agenda are approved. President Tarhuli, please proceed with the resolutions.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/22, approval of 2026 board meeting calendar. I am pleased to propose the following dates for the quarterly meetings of the Board of Trustees for 2026. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve this resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Navarro made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Jenkins, second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/23, authorization to approve the FY 2026 operating budget. According to Illinois Board of Higher Education policy, each public university's governing board must review and approve an official budget for the university it governs each fall. FY 2026 is a transition year for university budgeting in preparation for the implementation of a new budget model effective FY 2027. The university is transitioning to a new budget calendar and process, anchoring budgets to projected operating revenues for fiscal year 2026. As campus walks through these changes, FY 2026 operating budget is based on revenue projections at the fund level. The projected FY 26 revenue for all funds total $567.2 million. The total operating budget is anchored to projected operating revenues. While the total budget is balanced at an all-fund level, the university has made strategic investments to expand the Mennonite College of Nursing, MCN, and to create a new College of Engineering. These investments include funding startup expenses from general revenue reserves until enrollments in those programs provide the revenues necessary to cover program expenses. For the MCN expansion, full enrollment in the expanded program are projected to occur by fall of 2027. For the College of Engineering, revenues from enrollment are expected to cover program expenses by fiscal year 2028. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Trustee Russell made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Peterson?
Second.
Second? Okay. Is there any discussion? Trustee Jenkins?
I just want to raise the comment that our unrestricted revenues are below what our expenses are. And even though there are resources that can be shifted from restricted funds, we still are spending more than we're taking in. And and I know it's a better way to reflect our budget and overall budget, but I don't want to, on my last time here, I cannot not raise the issue that we need to continue to express to the university community that our finances are not incredibly flush and that we have tons of resources, that we are still trying to manage a budget through very different structural times and times that are facing higher education that are challenging. And we can't just rely on university income fund or support from students and families from tuition to kind of fix that long-term problem.
Thank you, Trustee Jenkins. Any other comments? I note that the state did pass a 1% increase, but held 2% of that back pending federal funding, if I'm correct. Do we have any idea when we would find out if we were to enjoy that 2%?
Let me ask Vice President for Finance and Planning to provide an answer to that question.
No, we don't have a time that we know when we'll get a resolution from the governor's office. We firmly believe that we will be getting that at some point in time during the year. There's been no signal that we won't. It's just the timing and how the decision is going to be made hasn't been shared with us at this point.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/24, authorization to issue auxiliary facilities system revenue refunding bonds, Series 2025. The Auxiliary Facilities System, AFS, at Illinois State comprises facilities that were either constructed with proceeds from revenue bonds issued within the authority delegated by the state to the board, or non-produced revenues used to operate and maintain AFS facilities. These facilities include residence halls and apartment complexes, the Bowen Student Center and Braden Auditorium, athletics recreation facilities, nearly 10,000 parking spaces, storage facilities, the Student Services Building, Center for Performing Arts, and the Multicultural Center. The replacement value of these facilities is currently estimated to be $1.13 billion. The Auxiliary Facilities System Revenue Refunding Bonds, Series 2025, will be issued in an aggregate principal amount not to exceed $33 million to fund the refinancing of the Board's Auxiliary Facilities System Bonds, Series 2020A, and to pay the cost of issuance of the Series 2025 bonds. The fund source for this resolution is AFS resources. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Trustee Jenkins made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Mirminga, second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/25, authorization to approve the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts building project. This project encompasses major renovations to decades-old facilities, the demolition of the Centennial West building, and multiple building additions within the Fine Arts complex, including music, theater, dance, visual arts, and classroom spaces. The original project called for renovation and construction of approximately 437,000 square feet. However, the delay in funding appropriation has reduced the amount of renovation that can be completed of the existing building. There are approximately 160,000 square feet of space in the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts that will not be renovated under this project. In FY 2010, $54.25 million was appropriated to the Capital Development Board, CDB, by the state of Illinois for the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts project. Illinois State, in collaboration with CDB, completed a quality-based selection process and selected Ratio HGA architects and AEI engineers who proceeded to complete the program and preliminary design phase of this project in early 2015. Due to the complex financial issues facing the state of Illinois at the time, the CDB delayed the project indefinitely on July 1, 2015. In FY 2019, the project was reallocated $61.9 million and resumed in 2020. After receiving funding approval from the state, CDB re-engaged the original architectural and engineering firm to cost-value engineer the available funds to ensure the successful completion of the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts rehabilitation project. As the design neared completion, it was recommended by CDB that to maximize the full renovation value of the available construction funds provided by the state, the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts construction should be completed in one continuous phase. This required ISU to provide temporary instructional classrooms, labs, students' collaboration areas, and office space for the Wonsuk Kim College of Fine Arts students, faculty, and staff. In May 2019, the Board of Trustees approved $15 million to renovate 4 campus locations to serve as the temporary spaces. Renovations of those spaces have been completed. Following the completion of the temporary spaces and the renewal of architectural and engineering contracts, a revised estimate was prepared indicating that the new total budget is $82,745,258. The University seeks board approval of the CDB project for the demolition of Centennial West, renovation to portions of the Center for Visual Arts and Centennial East, additions to the Center for Performing Arts and the Center for Visual Arts, and the new construction of a Commons building in place of the original Centennial West for $82,745,258. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Trustee Merminga made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, trustee Jenkins. Is there any discussion? Trustee Navarro.
So you said earlier that there was 160,000 square feet that's not going to be renovated under this project? So is that the same square footage that's going to be part of the demolition of Centennial West, or are they two different areas?
I'll ask Glenn Nelson, the CFO, to respond.
And then I have a follow-up to that.
Okay. I don't have the slides that we had at the retreat that showed the floor plans, but if you recall, nearly 60% of what was originally envisioned is going to be completed. Approximately 40% of that original project will not be completed. So I don't know if that's answering, or if I'm understanding the question correctly or not.
Well, the 160,000 square feet that's not being completed, what, is that part of Centennial West? Or what programs are in that current area, and how are they going to be reallocated or accommodated under this?
The areas that are not being renovated are still going to be in existence, can still be used. They're not in optimal condition.
So what programs are in Centennial West? Because that, we're voting to demolish that building, correct?
Well, I'm sorry.
The spaces that will be demolished, the programs that will be losing spaces, will be accommodated in the new space that we envision. The spaces that are, the square footage that we're losing is for renovated spaces, not demolished spaces. In other words, about 160,000 square foot of space that would have been renovated and updated will no longer be updated. So the programs will still have their space, they will just not be updated because the costs, and as you understand, the inflation because of the delay in executing the project has now made it infeasible to do those renovations because there's not enough money.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion?
So,
Trustee Merminga.
so is there a plan, a longer-term plan to renovate or update the spaces that won't be addressed by this resolution this time around?
A
Or
very,
is there an urgency?
a very long-term plan.
Any other discussion? So my question is, this money is coming from the state through CDB, and CDB will run this project.
Yes,
So the only way this moves forward after we approve this resolution is that CBD takes that project over and runs it. It's not any university money that's going to do this.
yes, and they're not taking it over, just to be clear. It's always been a CDB project. They have, it's been their project from the beginning, and the plan has always been that they will run the project, but because the cost of the project exceeds, is within the range that the board must approve, we need your authorization so the CDB can begin the project. Let me see if Glenn has something to add.
We aren't putting any more money into this, it's all state money. And it's a chicken and egg concept. The CDB board cannot approve the project to go forward until our board approves the project, even though it's their money and they're doing the project.
Okay, thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, all those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/26, authorization of Illinois Department of Transportation temporary easement. The Illinois Department of Transportation, IDOT, proposes to improve U.S. Business Route 51, commonly referred to as Main Street and Kingsley Street, from Olive Street in the city of Bloomington to Gregory Ball Street in Normal. To complete the project, the IDOT is requesting a temporary construction easement for a period of 5 years at 210 North Main Street, Normal, Illinois, which is ISU's classroom building number 2. If the easement is not granted, IDOT indicated eminent domain proceedings will be initiated. Illinois State University would be paid $2,500 as consideration for the temporary construction easement. There are no costs associated with Illinois State University for approving this temporary easement. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Navarro made the motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Trustee Russell, second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/27, authorization to name the Rich Olson Press Box. Illinois State University Athletics respectfully requests that a press box at Duffy Base Field be named. This naming reflects and recognizes the significant financial commitment made by Rich Olson to the Redbird Athletics program. Rich Olson is an alum, former Redbird baseball player, and proud supporter of Redbird Athletics. He was a 3-year letter winner as a second baseman and received all conference honors. Duffy Bass coached Rich during his time at Illinois State, and he felt compelled to make his generous gift in honor of Coach Bass and his teammates. His gift will allow Redbirds to be more successful during their time at Illinois State University and beyond. Rich Olson's financial commitment to ISU athletics will continue to elevate and enhance students' athlete experiences. As a result, we propose naming the press box at Duffy Bass Field the Rich Olson Press Box. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Trustee Reminga made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Jenkins, second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/28, authorization to name the John Iman Student Success Suite. The College of Business respectfully requests that the Student Success Suite be named in the State Farm Hall of Business. This naming reflects and recognizes the generous financial commitment by the estate of John Iman. John Iman was a 1977 graduate of the College of Business. While earning his degree, he also found a passion for storytelling while working at WZND. He went on to work for PB Amoco as well as public radio and television stations in Houston, Texas. John's enduring support for Illinois State University is reflected in the 2 scholarships he endowed. The first in the School of Communication supports students who have interned with public or other broadcast stations, honoring his experience with WZND and his love for media. The second in the College of Business assists students with financial need, ensuring that cost is never a barrier to opportunity. Helping students was always at the heart of John's philanthropy. Through his estate gift and scholarships, John Iman leaves a legacy of purpose, generosity, and unwavering loyalty, one that will continue to impact Redbirds for generations to come. As a result, we propose naming the Student Success Suite in the State Hall of Business the John Iman Student Success Suite. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Navarro made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Murminga's second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/29, authorization to name the ADM Lecture Hall. The College of Engineering respectfully requests that the lecture hall at 1709 GE Road be named the ADM Lecture Hall. This naming reflects and acknowledges the generous financial commitment made by ADM to the College of Engineering. Archidanius Midland, ADM, has been a strong, highly engaged supporter of Illinois State University since 1982. ADM has established numerous funds for facilities, programs, faculty fellowships, and undergraduate research, registered students' organizations, and scholarships. They are a top 20 employer for Illinois State University graduates and have several alumni in leadership positions within the organizations, including 3 senior regional leaders. Representatives from ADM serve on both the College of Engineering and College of Business advisory boards. ADM also participates in career services programs as a corporate partner and has consulted on a workforce analysis for the College of Engineering. ADM currently has 1 named space on campus, a classroom in the State Farm Hall of Business. ADM's financial commitment to the College of Engineering will allow faculty to provide state-of-the-art lecture experiences. As a result, we propose naming the lecture hall the ADM Lecture Hall. I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge that Brad Hunt, Vice President of North America Oil Seeds Operations at ADM, is here with us today. On behalf of our engineering students and faculty, I thank you for your partnership and generosity. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Murminga made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Trustee Russell. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Brad, would you please stand so we can acknowledge your generous support? Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/30, authorization to name J. and Lori Bergman Field. Illinois State University Athletics respectfully requests that a football field at Hancock Stadium be named. The naming reflects and recognizes the generous financial commitment by J.D. Bergman. J.D. Bergman, a 1970 graduate with a degree in business administration, has built a distinguished career as CEO and chairman of Petco Petroleum Corporation. Additionally, he serves as the majority owner and chairman of First Secure Bank Group, overseeing a network of banks throughout suburban Chicago. His leadership and generosity have made a lasting impact at Illinois State, where he has served on both the Board of Trustees and the Foundation Board. He also served on the Illinois Board of Higher Education, reflecting his deep commitment to advancing education across the state. Jay has been recognized with a Distinguished Alumni Award and was inducted into the ISU College of Business Hall of Fame. Lori, who passed away in 2023, was a dedicated fan of Redbird Athletics, along with Jay. She also enjoyed professional success as the Director of Training and Purchasing for First Secure Bank Group and gave her time to numerous community groups and philanthropic efforts. J.D. Bergman's financial commitment to ISU will have a substantial impact on Redbird Athletics and act as a catalyst for excellence in student-athlete program development and institutional distinction. As a result, we propose naming the football field at Hancock Stadium the J. and Lori Bergman Field. with appreciation and deep gratitude to J.D. and Lori Bergman. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and a second to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Navarro made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Merminga, second. Is there any discussion? I would just like to point out that I have known J.D. Bergman for a long time. When I was appointed to the foundation board, we won't say how long ago that was, he took me under his wing and kind of helped me navigate what to do on the foundation board. And we've been friends ever since, and I truly respect him and what he's given back to the university. And I would just like to thank him for this financial commitment to the university. Wonderful guy. His wife was a wonderful person, and I appreciate what JD is doing for ISU. Having said that, all those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved.
Thank you. Resolution 2025.07/31, recognition of trustee Scott Jenkins. Whereas in the fall of 1995, the 89th General Assembly of the State of Illinois passed Senate Bill 241, which was sent to and signed by the governor to become Public Act 89-0004, which established autonomous governing boards for 7 state universities as part of a continuing evolution of the state's higher education system. And whereas Scott Jenkins was appointed by Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker to the Board of Trustees of Illinois State University and participated in his first meeting on February 17, 2023, and whereas Scott Jenkins accepted his responsibility as a member of the Board of Trustees and a representative of the state and its citizens to govern and to provide direction for the university. Mr. Jenkins' understanding and appreciation of the values inherent in higher education enabled him to bring a level of expertise to the board that was of great value and appreciated by his trustee colleagues. He served the Board of Trustees with a high standard of professional integrity to the lasting benefit of Illinois State University. Therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Trustees expresses its sincere appreciation to Scott Jenkins for his tireless efforts as a trustee on behalf of Illinois State University and confers on him the honor and title of Trustee Emeritus for his outstanding service and dedication to Illinois State University. I ask for your approval of this resolution.
May I have a motion and second to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Trustee Navarro made the motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Trustee Merminga, second. Is there any discussion? Trustee Merminga.
I just wanted to express that I have enjoyed and I have appreciated 3 particular points about Scott. The first is your critical thinking, critical questions and comments. The second is your strategic and insightful approaches. And the third is your strong engagement and dedication to Illinois State University. It has been a wonderful experience to have you as a colleague on this board, and thank you for what you've done for ISU.
Any other discussion? Trustee Navarro.
I would also like to thank Scott for his thoughtful review of the resolutions prior to the board meetings and also the engaging discussions that we've had over the first couple years here and mirror what some of the comments that Leah said. So thank you, Scott, for all you've done these last couple of years.
Any other comments or discussion?
I'd like to say something too. Scott came to the board from the Lumina Foundation, where he worked on higher ed, in the higher ed sector. So I think he came to the board with some tremendous higher ed experience and insights. And that showed almost immediately as he joined the board in the questions that he asked and the perspectives that he brought. And that was deeply appreciated and beneficial to the administration. The second point I'd like to make is that sometimes people wonder what the board does. The Board of Trustees provides the overall strategic direction for the university. And Scott came to the board with a deep interest and passion for student affordability. He wanted to make sure that the tuition and fees that students charge or that the universities charge the students are affordable. And every question, every issue, he approached from that lens of trying to keep tuition and fees as affordable as possible. So this is the type of work that trustees do that sometimes is not very obvious to the public or the students, but in fact is very meaningful because we as administration had to ensure each time we brought forward a proposal that we could defend the proposals because we knew Scott was going to point it out. So Scott, your job has been very impactful to our students and families. You will be deeply missed, but I hope that you remain engaged with the university in whatever capacity you can. Thank you so much for everything you did for Illinois State.
Scott, I think that, I just reiterate what everyone has said about you as chair. I appreciate that you were always prepared, that you showed up, and you had such great questions that sometimes were difficult, but they were important questions, and I will truly miss your input.
Thanks.
Do you have anything you would like to say?
Just a few comments, Madam Chair. It's been really a highlight of my professional life to serve on this board. When the governor's office called a few years ago and asked if I would serve on ISU's board, I was thrilled because I have a dear friend who's a graduate, my wife is a graduate, and it's rare indeed for someone in Illinois who's not really a long-term resident of Illinois or a graduate of an institution to serve on a board of trustees. So that is a rare opportunity indeed. And so while I'm not a graduate of ISU, I feel like I got here as soon as I could. What people have said is really, really wonderful about what I've provided, but in such a short time, ISU has provided me with so much more. Just a quick hit of the things that have happened in the last 2 years so you all can jog your memory. Hired a president, new strategic plan, 10-year reaffirmation of accreditation, a new College of Engineering, dealing with structural budget challenges that have faced this institution for a long, long time to be addressed. And so it's that, if you framed up a graduate program in higher education institutional leadership, it would probably have those things on the curriculum. Or if you were going to have some type of like role-playing game on a computer where you had to go kill bosses, it would be like hire a president, reaffirmation of accreditation. So I've gotten to do all of this, and it's been a hell of a lot of fun. And I am honored and humbled by my fellow board members, by the administration, and all the hard work that you all do. You show up for a commencement and everyone's there, faculty, staff. It's such an amazing institution, and it reminds me of what all my friends who are graduates of here explain as kind of the Redbird way of what this institution has provided to them. And I will continue to evangelize the Redbird way, and my time here has been really special for me and will last forever. And so thank you all for the opportunity to be of service to the institution in the state of Illinois, and I look forward to staying in touch and popping in every now and then to see how I can do and help you all, and how if there's anything you need, you can reach out. So thank you, Madam Chair. Mr.
Thank you,
President.
Scott. All those in favor of the resolution, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The resolution is approved. Scott? I can do that picture.
This concludes the resolutions for today.
I would now entertain a motion to move into closed session for the purpose of discussing minutes of meetings lawfully closed under this act for purposes of approval by the body of the minutes pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C21, discussing collective negotiating bargaining matters between the public body and its employees or their representatives pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C2, discussing litigation that has been filed and is pending before court or administrative tribunal, and when an action is probable or imminent pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C11, and discussing the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C1. May I have a motion and a second to move into closed session?
So moved.
Trustee Jenkins made the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Trustee Navarro, second. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion, Trustee Navarro, please call for a roll call vote.
Trustee Bone,
Yes?
Trustee Henniges, Trustee Jenkins,
Yes.
Trustee Maminga,
Yes.
Trustee Navarro, yes. Trustee Peterson,
Yes.
Trustee Russell,
Yes.
Trustee Tillis.
The motion is approved. We will now move into closed session. Following closed session, the board will move back into public session solely for the purpose of adjournment. We are adjourned.